to this motion that we least expected, we'd use the floor of the Senate to discuss. Honorable Speaker, I want to begin by giving a short occurrence in my village and other villages, Honorable Speaker, that there are notorious women in my village who, when they beat their husbands, they make the loudest noise. And Honorable Speaker, even though the community knows that these women physically molest their husbands, when they do it, they are the first to come out of the buildings making the loudest noise. And Honorable Speaker, men equally have suffered in this country at the hands of women. And in most of organizations, Honorable Speaker, at my level, and I was young then, younger than even Senator Gloria and a number of us here. As old as we were once young. And in practice, Honorable Speaker, I do not see anybody here who doesn't have the capacity to say no when there are advances made against them. Because then why would they be here? Honorable Speaker, as I am a woman senator, but it is important that Kenyans take note that as women we cannot continue to use the gender card to harass men left and right. And here we are talking about sexual harassment. And sexual harassment is not only limited to women and to men. Honorable Speaker, there are women who continuously harass men for sex. And if we went further, Honorable Speaker, we'd find a situation where the people making allegations are the ones harassing the men, even here, more. Honorable Speaker, who cannot say no? We want people to come out and say that I'm here and I'm not able to say no when there's an advance. And Honorable Speaker, we have serious issues to talk about in the Senate, and some of these issues are not the issues we are going to talk about. Honorable Speaker, this issue...
Members, order. Senator Mundigi. Order.
Honorable Speaker, this is not the first
time that you are exhibiting. Really, these men are very happy that you are able.
Honorable Speaker, I can tell you, given an opportunity and out of the floor here, you'll find that it is some of these women that are harassing these men. On the floor of this House, Honorable Speaker, this motion came up. And what were we treated to, Honorable Speaker? We respected the fact that our majority and minority leader came to stand down the motion. Our expectation, Honorable Speaker, is this was going to be handled elsewhere. We did not expect that we are going to take weeks and then be treated to the same story. But now that it has come, let us say the truth. That women cannot continue, because you are women, to harass men over sex. And even though we keep on saying young what? Who is a child here? Honorable Speaker, how did we end up with children in the Senate? Honorable Speaker, once the minority leader and the minority leader came in, we saw what happened, because this motion, the content of discussion here has been an issue of a WhatsApp, an official WhatsApp communication But what did we see as senators? The conversation continued from the same senator. And that is a sign that they was not ready to even go for mediation and even listen. Honorable Speaker, alternative dispute resolution is a mechanism enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. But Honorable Speaker, if somebody is not ready to listen, if they are not ready to listen to leadership, to listen to anybody here, to listen to colleagues, what then do we do? But wise people say, Honorable Speaker, and that when you are in a hole, you should also stop digging. And Honorable Speaker, let me remind ourselves that as senators, I believe all of us signed the code of conduct, even with our parties are nominating parties. But this House is here to protect the Constitution. And the Constitution is very clear about leadership. Leadership and integrity, that talks about personal integrity, that talks about respect for others, that talks about a leader conducting themselves to bring dignity to the office that you hold. Honorable Speaker, is what the senator doing bringing any dignity to her office as a nominated senator or as to the Senate as a house? Honorable Speaker, the same Constitution talks about the rights. And the rights are not limited to women. The rights are limited to the rights of women and men. And it talks about to equal rights, to equal protection. Honorable Speaker, let us not delude ourselves that if you have had an opportunity to be a member of this House, thousands of Kenyans are out there that should have been here, and you want to behave as if you are above rules and laws. Honorable Speaker, leadership requires that you behave with decorum, that you respect each other, that you maintain some discipline, that you maintain some personal integrity. Honorable Speaker, I'm not saying that our sisters should be axed out of this Senate. But I'm saying that as senators, some of us came to the Senate by choice because we believed it is a house of order, a house of sobriety, a house of discipline, but not what we are seeing. Honorable Speaker, I support that motion, and as I support it, I want to say that Parliament should not be used as a house to seek attention. And if you are seeking attention, Honorable Speaker, I think you should seek it elsewhere and not a House of Parliament. So, Honorable Speaker, I support the motion, and I want to advise for anybody who listens, because a number of senators who think they are young and who believe we were never young once think they cannot listen to others. Honorable Speaker, I support this motion, and I want to say, Honorable Speaker, as I end, that alternative dispute resolution must be used as a mechanism of sorting out conflicts, but end up by saying, Honorable Speaker, we should stop digging holes when we are already in one. And Honorable Speaker, why I say this is that even after the allegations about the clerk, we have seen the same conflict move from officer to officer. We have seen the same conflict move from senator to senator. We have seen the same abuse directed to other senators. Are these not people who also have rights to protection? Honorable Speaker, I support.
Thank you, Senator David Wakoli.
Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker. Mheshimiwa Speaker, Wakenya wanatazama kwa makini sana